meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.
Well, welcome to Open Mic America. I'm Evan Acey, and I'm going to be your MC tonight, brand new in this position. Glad to be a part of the Open Mic America team. I'm joined tonight by OMA founder, Capo Dave Williams. He's going to be our interviewing host, asking those probing questions. And Laura Bordowitz is going to be our show engineer. She's in the background making us all look and sound good. So the mission of Open Mic America is to support your local open mics. And it is our pleasure to present the more accomplished singer-songwriters who play at those events. Without gimmicks or frills, this is the beating heart of American music, the tapestry of story and song that has been weaving us together for generations. So now let's introduce all of our performers tonight. We're going to start off tonight with Carole Wise from Brunswick, Maine. Will be followed by Robert Owen of Portland, Oregon, Pam Ross of Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina, Mike Simpson from Saratoga, California, Robert Keelan, Fredericksburg, Virginia, the Beach Bums, they're down in Mandeville, Louisiana, and Tripp McCool in Holly Springs, North Carolina, Paul Colombino, Wakefield, Rhode Island, Rich Fassler, Bainbridge Island, Washington, and then we'll finish the night with Little Oil, who is in Richmond, California. You can find links to all these various performers' catalogs and their favorite open mics on our website and on this YouTube video. Our first guest tonight is Carole Wise from Brunswick, Maine. Carole's favorite open mic is the Southwest Desert and, of course, Open Mic America. Hi, Carole. Welcome to Open Mic America. What's in your heart that you want to express through song today?
Well, geez. Well, what I really love is that we all get together, and I'm getting pretty used to this virtual. And luckily this summer, we're starting to pepper some venues that are open safely, and now we're going to be moving outside, so that's wonderful. But I guess for tonight, the two songs that I've selected all are about our walk in our path, that we're there for each other, and that my newest song about practicing peace is to just walk that walk. I'm going to start off with a song called One Path. Many miles, many roads, many stories go untold. In midnight blue, in violet lights, our winter dreams take flight. Travel far, travel near, find our road maps so unclear. Big city lights, small coastal towns, one path lost and one path found. Round and round and round we go. Rivers teach, go with the flow. When we reach the ocean's vast escape, another path we take. We're looking in looking out at each adventure and what they're all about. Quiet voice, raging stream, unlocks each mystery and dream. Round and round and round we go. Rivers teach, go with the flow. When we reach the ocean's vast escape, more memories we make. Round and round we go. Rivers teach, go with the flow. When we reach the ocean's vast escape, another path to take. We travel far, we travel near, yet our road map's so unclear. Big city lights, small coastal towns, one path lost, one path lost, one path found. One path.
Very nice.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
So I'm finding that every spring, it's happening in the last few years that every spring some new song about just the unknown, our paths, driving the river. I just wrote another one this spring, and I'm like, it's all about the water for me right now. And maybe it's because I just love kayaking so much, but I just wrote another song called Around the Bend, which I hope to share at another time when we gather. But just really thankful for that. This next tune is called Practicing Peace. And I had written a song called Side by Side, which was a peace mantra about how we should all be together and talk together and walk together, that we could do anything, solve things together. And this year, for my newest release, I got the message. You know, when I pay attention to and being quiet, I got the message about practicing peace, and it really is a practice. So I offer this from my heart to yours. Don't want to live life fast, just take it slow. And I want to learn from the past, then let it go. And being present with an open heart, there's so much more to know. Practicing peace wherever I may go. Practicing peace wherever I may go. And what would I do if I could do it over? Walk many miles and know that I'm walking with a friend. Many years I've learned that forgiveness can transcend. Practicing peace, I wish to make amends. Practicing peace until my journey's end. And what would I say if I could say it over? speaking my truth and heart as best as I can. Lessons learned, now memories carried over. Practicing peace, I wish to make amends. Practicing peace until my journey's end. It's everything we do, it's everything we say. Can we bow our heads in humbleness at the end of every day? Listen with your heart, with no apology. It's knowing we're just tiny drops in a lovely cup of tea. Don't want to live life fast, just take it slow. And I want to learn from the past, yeah, then let it go. And being present with an open heart, there's so much more to know. Practicing peace wherever I may go. Practicing peace wherever I may go. Don't wanna live life fast, just take it slow.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Much.
Carole, if you ever get taken into custody and you're accused of being a folk singer, I would plead guilty. I would definitely plead guilty to that one. I love your style, your heartfelt songs, and something that it's kind of one of my dreams for Open Mic America is that more songs of this nature that are about something that needs to be said would be said. And love your flat picking.
Thank you.
Really killing it there.
Thank you
Talk
so
a little
much.
bit about how you got to be the player that you are, your influences, early stuff that knocked you out and got you going.
Sure. So just in my entire life, both my mom and my dad, I listened to the big bands growing up as a child. There's 9 of us. I have 8 other siblings and my parents. So big house, and they played music. So I right there, I just had it. And then my elder brothers were the original garage band players, and at that point, the Beatles and all the European groups, and so I heard all that, and they invited me to sing. I always joke that I learned how to spell before I went to school. Gloria, Glorra. So it started back then. But when I went to high school, I started to find my music path, and that with Joan Baez and Janice Ian. And I don't read music. I can listen to it, and then I can go home and I can play it. And so that started my path. So very, very grateful, James Taylor. Just very grateful for the folk scene that I got into, and actually now really understanding the '60s in a different way. Even though I grew up in that part, I am now learning those lessons in a whole nother way, and it's been great.
Love your stuff, and you've got a website where I'm sure people can find out more about your music, and you've got some music available, right, for sale? And
Yes, I've got 2 CDs out. One that I had to. It's interesting as life is. My path. This is to the new CD. A Long Way Home is the title cut, and a friend of mine did that quilt for me in the background. So I'm really, really just so
beautiful.
Pleased and proud and humbled to have it to be where I am during this whole time. But yes, please check that out, and it has my calendar of up and coming events, and well, many of them are virtual, as we know, and some are both in person and virtual. So just really grateful, Dave, to be part of the group here.
Sure, love to have you on the show. And once again, guilty as charged. Folk singer.
I'll take it.
Her away.
Carole, I have a quick question for Carole. So,
Sure.
Carole, in the face of your guitar, I'm seeing a reflection that almost looks like there's a beach in front of you, but you're in Maine, so you're not looking at a sunset. You see the sunrise. What are we seeing in your guitar?
Yeah, so I have a beautiful lamp that was made, stained glass, which is an orange orb. And it does look like a sunrise or a sunset. And
Thank you.
Is that just blinding you? I apologize.
Oh no, not even. It was just it was a subtle thing that was beautiful to what you were doing. It added to it, and it made me curious. Thank you.
All right, yeah, you bet. I am looking east to the water. I'm very close to the water. Just I have evergreens in front of me, but probably a quarter mile. But you can smell the water. It's wonderful. But yes, the sun sets way over here.
Well, thank you, Carole.
Thank you so much.
Our next performer tonight is going to be Robert Owen, and Robert loves to frequent Artichoke Music, a very famous place down here in the area of the world where I live, Portland, Oregon. And so, Robert, welcome to Open Mic America. What's in your heart that you want to express through song today?
Thanks for having me, and thank you, Carole, for what you just shared. That was really nice. Today is July 10th, and so I'm going to play a couple of tunes I wrote for my grandfather, who was born on July 10th in 1905, and he died on October 11th, 1988, at the age of 83. Very important person in my life, and so I've written 4 or 5 tunes for him, and these are 2 of them. He grew up in the southwestern part of the state of Oregon, down in a region called the Illinois Valley, and that's kind of where I grew up as well. And he was many things he accomplished during his life, but one thing that he liked to do is write poetry and tell stories. And so one of his poems inspired me to write this song. He wrote a poem about a hunting trip that was very successful for him as a young man, out on Elder Mountain, which is pretty close to the Oregon Caves National Monument, if you know where that is. Very rural part of the state. And so I was inspired by that poem to write this song. And I titled it Elder Canyon, not Elder Mountain, because Elder Canyon kind of flowed a little better. Woke up to a quiet Sunday morning. Sky above, gray back rivers clear. I've been out all night, waiting for the first light to appear. I am waiting to walk out on Elder Canyon. Brought up on the ways of this old mountain, raised upon the creed of Potter's sign. I have heard that whistle blow, seen the men returning from the mines, and I am waiting to walk out on Elder Canyon. On my mother's breath I want a story, telling me how the boy becomes a man. Oh, and some men grow so old before they seem to understand. Me, I'm waiting to walk out on Elder Canyon.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah, nice. Very nice.
Thank you. Well, Granddad died in 1988, and I grieved, for about a year because I was very close to him, and so about a year after he died, I heard a little voice, and so I wrote this song. It's called "Whisper Through the Pine." You were so courageous and strong. It was my pleasure to know you. Story of where I belong. It's told to me over and over. The kindness I saw in your eyes. Kind that belied the roughness. The man over memories cries, and the kindness is still among us. But now the wind won't blow so hard, and the field won't look so fine. But I can hear the whisper through the pine. Love can seem so fragile, but love has its own rewards, like lying at night in the pale lamplight, and the sign hung over the door. But now the wind won't blow so hard, and the field won't look so fine, but I can hear the whisper through the pine. Yes, I can hear the whisper through the pine.
Wow.
Wow. Very nice. Excellent.
Thank you.
Wonderful songs, Robert. Very touching and skillfully played. I was watching your finger picking in the first song. I practically went in a trance trying to figure out what you were doing there. It sounded so good.
Oh, thanks.
So tell us a little bit about your grandfather. What was his name? And, you know, some little anecdotal stuff to share with us. We'd like to hear about him.
Yeah, okay, I'll tell you a couple things. Well, his given name was Homer Keith Owen, and he hated the name Homer, and so he went by Keith into his entire life. I only knew him as Keith, well, Granddad, but he did a lot of things during his life. He was a professional wrestler in his young age. Worked for the Forest Service, tracking down people that went on setting fires in Southern Oregon so they could get work putting them out. He had a butcher shop when he was just starting out. After he married my grandmother. Well, he's a lot of different things, and then he's kind of settled in the lumber business, and so he spent most of his life working in the lumber business. But yeah, I spent a lot of time with him growing up, and I guess maybe one interesting thing about him is that when I was a young man, well, in high school, he insisted that I learn how to type, and so that was like in the mid '60s, and so typing wasn't a real in class for young boys, but I took it anyway, and so I learned how to type. And then I found out later that he had a motivation there because he wanted me to type up all of his poems, and so I spent one summer with him, and I typed up all of his poems, and we have them in a little book, and. But then later on, in '71, when I got drafted into the Army, about 85% of the people who were drafted along with me were going into the infantry and artillery and that sort of thing. But I was one of a handful of people, about a half a dozen out of about 300, that knew how to type. So I was put in administration during my term of service, and I was pretty thankful for Granddad for
You betcha.
pushing me in the right direction there. It really paid off.
Well, enjoyed your songs. Great songs, great emotion, and always enjoy your picking, Robert. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you, Dave. Thanks.
Wow, how awesome was that? Thank you so much. So now we're going to go to our third performer of the night, who is Pam Ross. And Pam is in Fuquay-Varina, North Carolina. And one of the places that Pam likes to play, there's a few of them there in Fuquay that she likes to play at. but Bruce on Main is one of her favorites, and that's BRUS, in case you're wondering. And remember, you can always go to openmicamerica.com and you can see where these performers like to play, and you can see their catalog. So remember that. But Pam, welcome to Open Mic America. We're excited to hear what you want to sing for us tonight. So the stage is now yours.
Well, I'm going to be doing 2 songs that will be on my record that I hope to have out early fall, September. And I decided to shake things up a little bit. So the first one is going to be a slow one, a sad one, on the keyboard. And it's actually the first song I ever learned to play on the keyboard, because I've only been playing it less than a year. So, and the second one will be on my guitar, and that will be a happy, upbeat one. And the first one is called I'm Not Perfect. Lavender and bloom came off the breeze and filled the room as I struggled for the words to make you stay. You turned and said goodbye as I stood silently aside, closed the blinds and prayed that it would rain. No, I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this. I'm the one who dried your tears and left you breathless. I hear the engine message it's sending. You're driving off to your new life while mine is ending. No, I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this. It's empty on the shelf where all the books you had were held. I wrap my arms around myself and sink. And sitting on the floor, I'm slowly swaying back and forth. I look around the room and start to think. No, I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this. I'm the one who dried your tears and left you breathless. I hear the engine message it's sending. You're driving off to your new life while mine is ending. I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this. I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this. I'm the one who dried your tears and left you breathless. I hear the engine message it's sending. You're driving off to your new life while mine is ending. I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this. I'm the one who dried your tears and left you breathless. No, I'm not perfect, but I don't deserve this.
Wow.
You go over to me.
Oh, nice.
Yay, Pam.
All right, and as I said, this one will also be on my upcoming record when it's released, and it's called Better Than a Good Thing. I wake up in the morning, I'm hanging by prayer. Coffee maker's broke again and toys are everywhere. recall how good it was before I settled down. One kiss right here in your arms and I know what I've found. And it's better than a good thing. It's better than fireworks in July, something that the Lord brings when he brought together you and I. Better than a payday and Friday, it all goes my way. Better than when angels sing. It's better than a good thing. I got a drawing on the fridge and there's ice cream on the floor. Little arms around my legs and the dog slipped out the door. Surviving in this crazy world can sometimes take a lot. But I don't ever worry, 'cause I know what I've got. And it's better than a good thing. It's better than fireworks in July, something that the Lord brings when he brought together you and I. Better than a payday and Friday, it all goes my way. Better than when angels sing. Better than a good thing. Life is never perfect, but there's always you and I. Like family roots and worn boots, that's something you can't buy. And it's better than a good thing. It's better than fireworks in July, something that the Lord brings when he brought together you and I. Better than a payday and Friday, it all goes my way. Better than when angels sing. Better than a good thing. It's better than a good thing. It's better than fireworks in July, something that the Lord brings when he brought together you and I. Better than a payday and Friday, it all goes my way. Better than when angels sing. Better than a good thing. It's better than a good thing. It's better than a good thing.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, for sure.
All right, let me get situated here. Okay.
Pam, I hear a whole band when you
Wait a second.
play.
Oh, okay, there you are.
I hear an entire band when you play. I can hear
Uh,
the rest of
It's the record is gonna have a full band on it. Yes, sir.
Ah, I knew it. I knew it. When's that coming out?
Hopefully September. Right now we are on schedule, but
Yeah.
early fall, somewhere in early fall. But I'm hoping for September.
I love the energy and the emotion you bring. It's like it's totally believable. You're right there in the moment.
Thank you.
Sounds terrific. So are you playing out a lot now too?
Yeah, I do. Like the Bruce on Main, Fainting Goat, Abbey Road, Bricks and Carey, Local Bar and Apex. I've been playing all over the place.
Now, do you have a website, or is that, if you have one, it should be published on Open Mic America so that people can find you and find your stuff and where you're playing?
Right now, just Facebook, but I do post everywhere that I'm going to be playing on
Okay,
Facebook.
okay.
I'm working on getting a full music web page. I was waiting till it got a little closer to the record came out, so they've got links
Yeah,
to go and
yeah.
look at the music and stuff. Right now, I can do everything I need on the Facebook, but more is coming.
How will you promote that record? How's that going to work? Be a CD or what, just online?
I'll be putting it on SoundCloud. The country songs I'm going to be pitching. I've been working with a lot of publishers and songwriters in
Yeah.
Nashville to get those ready, and the rock ones, because I do have some rock ones. I'll just be promoting them myself, and they'll be on like all the places, SoundCloud, and I'll be doing
Yeah.
some videos. You can go on YouTube and see the videos, and iTunes, and just wherever.
So people will be able to Google Pam Ross music, and find
Yes,
you,
sir.
eventually find you. Well, thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
joining us tonight.
Thank you very much for this
two powerful
opportunity.
numbers. Thanks,
I
Pam.
enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Take care.
Indeed. Thank you, Pam Ross. That was really great. And so our next performer this evening is going to be Mike Simpson. And Mike is coming out of Saratoga, California. And the South Bay folks is a open mic that Mike likes to attend. And so, Mike, welcome to Open Mic America. We're excited to hear what you're going to play for us tonight. What do you got?
All right, I've unmuted there. So Open Mic America, not too long back, permitted the playing of covers as long as they were written before 1925. And the song I have here is my heritage song. Is written in 1924 by Richard M. Jones, and then it got published in 1924. But a little later, Bertha Chippy Hill came along, and she had a big hit with this, playing with a young fella that was considered a pretty good trumpeter. I don't remember his last name. First name was Lewis something anyway. Oh yeah, Armstrong was his last name. So this is Trouble in Mind. I got trouble in mind, I'm blue. But I won't be blue always, 'cause that sun's gonna shine round my back door someday. I'm going down to the river. I'm gonna take me a rocking chair. And if those blues don't leave me, I'll rock on away from here. I got trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always, 'cause that sun's gonna shine all around my back door someday. I got trouble in mind, it's true. I've almost lost my mind. I find that life ain't worth living, and I feel like I could die. I got trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always, 'cause that sun's gonna shine round my back door someday. Trouble in mind, I'm blue. My poor heart is beating slow. I've never had so much trouble in my whole life before. I'm gonna lay my head, gotta lay it down on some lonesome railroad line, and let that 219 special come on down and ease my troubled mind. I've got trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always, 'cause that sun's gonna shine round my back door someday. Yes, I got trouble in mind, I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. 'Cause that sun gonna shine down into my back door. I'm gonna say that sun gonna shine, gonna shine. That sun gonna shine in my back door someday.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I believe you. I believe
Very,
you.
very nice.
Well, so the guitar was made in 1923. That's a Stromberg Boissonnet from 1923, little parlor guitar. And now I'm going to reverse age on the instrument here and bring up my other words. This one's an original. It's a song about where I was born and where I spent a good deal of my summers around this time of year. Every year when I was about age 7 through about age 17. I was born here where the wilderness was tamed by yellow corn, alfalfa, wheat and sorghum, where the land will rise and fall maybe 50 feet and 60 miles. All the quiet is nearly never composed of silence, wind in cottonwoods, a distant train of fox bark or cicadas, and the dust and pollen gild the long horizon, toothed with occasional dull points of haystack pine. My little job to steer the great combine from its labor to the washing Quonset gleaming south of town, keeping the metal brood constrained within the ditch edges of the road. Winning for this simple labor seemed a princely sum, and the walk back home filled with thoughts of spending those $3. 12 silver quarters jingling with my steps, they weighed their pockets with their load. In the season listening for the siren that warns a twist to come. Stealing corn fresh from the stalk, raw wheat for your chewing gum. The mighty farm wife's table along a river of breakfast. 3 kinds of bread, much chewing, little talk. Eat now because the field work calls. The land won't wait. tractor and the harrow, the truck that always follows with the hand tools, picks and shovels where new rocks arose. The ever-present snap and hum on the door of cow and pig barn, where the flies are executed on the small electric grate. In season listening for the siren that warns a twist to come. Stealing corn fresh from the stalk, raw wheat for your chewing gum. All my nights up in the attic porch, looking out down from the screens at fireflies and baffled mosquitoes. See the clouds ride lightning legs as the rainstorm comes and goes. The heat and damp defy the sunset, no blanket until the morning birds and the arrogant rooster crows. My little transistor rescues me, scratching out crisp rock and roll from border radio. In the season, listening for the siren that warns a twist to come. Stealing corn fresh from the star, raw wheat for your chewing gum. I was born here where the wilderness was tamed by yellow corn, alfalfa, wheat and sorghum, where the land will rise and fall, maybe 50 feet in 60 miles.
Wow.
Very nice song.
I want some of that corn.
You do.
Well, Mike, the images are pure Kansas and a beautiful panorama of Kansas, but the music is from a place far away. Maybe a place where Mike Simpson finally went to and talked about his Kansas with his new sensibility. It's a beautiful song. It really is. Very imaginative and kind of makes your head spin a little bit. And I loved your the Heritage song. I wish more people. I coaxed some people. I asked Dave Metzger to come on and play "Water Is Wide," and he never got back to me. But that was great. I love those old songs. And everybody else to take note.
I almost did 2 Heritage songs. I almost skipped the original and did
Yeah, well, I
my
know that
hit,
once in a
which is a
while,
Heritage
but,
song.
But okay, let's do this. You've been playing music for a long time, but let's go back to the first open mic where you stepped up to the plate with a guitar to sing a song at an open mic. Paint us a picture.
Okay. It's the same town I live in now, Saratoga, California. It's basically, you'd have to call it an estate. It was owned by a guy who was an early Lockheed person, and he bought a great big house with property and outbuildings and all that kind of stuff in Saratoga. And you're in a barn, and I'm, I don't know, probably 14, something like that. And I was just like today, I was 4th in the list. And I looked at the list they put up on the chalkboard, and my heart fell because I was pretty sure nobody would care what I played, because the first two people were quite good, but not exceptional. But the third person who I played directly behind was named Kate Wolf. She was dating one of the people from the Caswell family. And if you don't know who Kate Wolf is, well, go find out. She's a very tremendous songwriter, and she's also a very tremendous person, because I got up there and played, I think I might have played Duncan by, no, something earlier, something by Paul Simon. You know, I went up and played that. She came afterwards and said, "Boy, that was really great. I really liked that. I hope you'll keep coming back." And so I did. And thereby hangs the tale, I guess.
Great story, Mike. Great story. Kate Wolf. So Kate Wolf opened for you at the open mic.
Yes, as I like to think of it that way. But
well, there you go. Thanks a lot for coming on the show. Enjoyed your songs. Great stuff.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, indeed. Wonderful. Thank you so much. So our fifth performer tonight, and who is playing right now, is going to be Robert Keelan. And Robert is joining us tonight from Fredericksburg, Virginia. And out there in Fredericksburg, he likes to play at the Paradise Restaurant open mic. And so, Robert, what do you got tonight that's going to reflect what you do when you're out there live in person? And thank you for being here on the virtual Open Mic America stage tonight.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Well, do a couple songs I wrote. This first one is called Memories of Summertime. Am I coming through okay? Yeah, okay. Two-lane road, one-lane bridge, fishing hole over the ridge. Middle of June, no school bell ringing. I woke every morning, my heart singing. Lazy days and warm sunshine, catfish tugging at my fishing line. Lemonade and strawberry pie, these are my memories of summertime. These are my memories of summertime. Rabbits playing in the underbrush, butterflies floating, weren't in a rush. Smell of honeysuckle fill the air. Wildflowers everywhere, oh, lazy days and warm sunshine, catfish tugging at my fishing line. Lemonade and strawberry pie, these are my memories of summertime. These are my memories of summertime. 10-cent candy at the crossroads store, soda pop for a quarter more. Comic books, baseball cards, fireflies in a mason jar. Evening sitting on the front porch swing, singing and strumming an old six string, hitting my knees before heading to sleep, asking the good Lord my soul to keep. Oh, lazy days and warm sunshine, catfish tugging at my fishing line. Lemonade and strawberry pie, these are my memories of summertime. These are my memories of summertime. memories of summertime. Thank you.
Right.
So this next song, oops, if I can get this capo adjusted right here. So this is about, as our previous performer mentioned about childhood and that sort of thing. And this was inspired by as was the previous song actually, by visits to Grandma's house out in the country when I was a kid. I grew up in an apartment in Washington, D.C., at least for the first 9 or 10 years of my life. My grandmother lived in rural North Carolina, and so that was a dramatically different world from living in Washington, D.C. This is called, what is it called? I forget the name of my songs, but I'll just play the song. East Carolina, born and raised, a country boy in every way. I left for the bright lights to make my mark. A train took me north with the South in my heart. That train is rolling down the line. Carolina's on my mind. Memories of loved ones left behind. Carolina's on my mind. I grew up in a farmhouse that predates the war. The blue and the gray both marched past its door. Now I live in a building that pierces the sky, 16th floor of a city high-rise. That train is rolling down the line. And Carolina's on my mind. Memories of loved ones left behind. Carolina's on my mind. Oh, I miss the pines and the cotton fields, front porch swing, country cooked meals. Life in the city is too fast and loud. I'm just a poor southern soul who's lost in the crowd. So I'm leaving, oh, I've had enough. Gone back to the place that I love. When that train leaves the station and steams down the track, I'll be on board, I won't look back. That train is rolling down the line. Carolina's on my mind. Memories of loved ones left behind. Carolina's on my mind. All right, Carolina's on my mind. That's what that's called. Thanks.
Carolina's on our mind now. That was wonderful.
Really nice playing.
Thank you.
Wonderful songs, Robert.
Yeah, thanks.
So you would go down and visit your grandma in North Carolina?
Yes, when I was a child.
And what town would that have been?
It wasn't a town. It was out in the country. Believe me.
Near, roughly, give us an idea. Tell us a little bit about that place and what it was like there.
it was called, it was a crossroads. It's called Edwards Crossroads. It was, I don't know how far from Rocky Mount. I was actually born in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, but I was raised in D.C. and Northern Virginia.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was way out in the country, where, gee, I don't know how else to describe it except that. I had a little country store we used to walk to, and
Country store. And the rest of the town, what else, what other commercial businesses were there in the town?
there weren't any.
That was it.
That was it. As I said, it was a little crossroads where Grandma lived, and
A country store.
yeah, little country store there. Some of the neighbors, I think, may have been a relative, had a chicken house, and that was it. That was it.
How many people in that little vicinity would you say, if you had to
Oh,
guess?
probably, I guess maybe a couple dozen at most.
So were they farming people? Is that
Oh,
what
yeah,
they were?
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
they
they
were
grew
raising
tobacco
crops,
down there.
chickens and livestock, what have you?
Yeah, mostly tobacco country back then.
Tobacco. They had tobacco land and stuff, yeah. And so when you went down there, did you encounter any people that were playing music there
No.
locally? No, not in that. You didn't see Doc Watson sitting over there on the bench
No.
or anything like that. No, I know he's from
No, this was the eastern North Carolina. I think he was out in the mountains, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Someplace other than where I was, I know that.
But I hear the way you kind of put it together as a man growing up there and then moving to the city, because you already knew what the city was like from having lived there.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wonderful songs, Robert. Thanks so much for being on the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good seeing you.
All right. I can picture that country store and almost can even see a Coca-Cola machine. It had the little bottles, that you got for 5 cents. Yeah, right on. Thank you very much. So now our next performer is actually more than one performer. They are the Beach Bums, and the Beach Bums are hanging out in Mandeville, Louisiana. And their Abita Springs Songwriters Circle is a place where they really find home. And so we're excited that you guys are here. Welcome to Open Mic America. What's in your hearts that you want to express through song today?
We kind of collaborate on songs, and this particular one, he came up with a really cool riff and was like, well, what do you want this to be about? And he said the first line, and then I just wrote pretty much the rest of it. So
it's a love song. It's called Sunday Afternoon.
On Sunday afternoon, we're just getting started. Now you're leaving me too soon. First time that I met you, I knew you were for me. From that special moment, we felt that energy. Now you're leaving and going away. Now you're leaving and going away. I cried when you told me you loved me, 'cause I knew it meant to be. Our love came just in time. I can't get you out of my mind. When you hold me in your arms, I feel so safe and warm. My life would be so blue if I was without you. Now you're leaving and going away, but I'm wanting you to stay.
I love you. I cried when you said goodbye on Sunday afternoon, but I felt so alive when you said I'll see you soon. We cried and you turned and said I can't get you out of my head. My life would be so blue if I was without you. Then you said you're coming with me. Now we're leaving, together we'll stay. No matter where you go, I'll with you. No matter what you say, I'm with you. No matter what you do, I love you. And I love you.
Yeah.
Finish.
Nicely
finish.
played. Well done. Well done.
Thank you, guys. So next song is about the beach. This is a song she wrote. I just put the music to it, but it's again, We Are the Beach Bums. Beach Bums just not about being on a beach, it's about being free and enjoying, you know, the wonderful things like music, fellowship with friends. So, but this one's about the beach because we are the Beach Bums. It's called By the Sea.
I'm lonely without you, here to hold me tight and sing to me at night. The sea. I'm on the balcony. I hear the waves from here, but you're not here with me. The sea. I see blue skies. They make me blue for you. I want you here with me. I need you here with me. Hurry here with me. The sea. Please forgive me, dear. I made a bad mistake. I really want you here. The sea. I'm walking on the beach. I feel you everywhere, but you're not here with me. The sea, I see blue skies, they make me blue for you. I want you here with me. I need you here with me. Hurry here with me. The sea. I want you here with me. I need you here with me. Hurry here with me. The sea. The sea.
Brought us right there with you. That was great.
Thank you.
Wow, Beach Bums. We want to know your names. We know you're the Beach Bums, but
Bill and Vicky Nealon.
Bill and Vicky Keelan?
Nealon.
Okay. Well, love your sound, harmony singing, the torch singing, Vicky. Very cool. You guys, it's kind of like a retro. I don't know. I don't want to put a pin in it. It just has a free, easy, happy sound. Great melodies. Love what you're doing. What kind of venues? Where do you play? I mean, I'd like to know a little bit about that.
Well, we started off playing music. I played up as a kid growing up, guitar and bands. And then about 5 or 6 years ago, we started playing at an open mic, song circle at a porch on our coffee shop till 1 or 2 in the morning. We got inspired by playing music. So we started writing music, and now we're playing restaurants, venues, and different songwriter festivals and things. So one thing led to another, but the kids are grown, and was in dance. I was in theater. So, we're not going to get a job doing that. So we're enjoying making music, and it's a blessing. It's really great when we see people interact with us. And so venues like this are really great because it's great to hear all the other songwriters and hear what they're doing.
We especially, when we do venues, we do covers, but we always put our originals in there and promote our songwriter circle. But we especially love songwriter circles of any kind. That's our favorite. We get to do some around our area. It's growing. The area is growing. Obviously, in New Orleans, there's a lot more, but we kind of stick in this area. We're across the causeway from New Orleans. So,
Got a great sound. Have you recorded anything yet?
we have stuff on SoundCloud, but
that's our next goal.
We're planning to
Do you
that.
have a website?
It would be on SoundCloud, the Beach Bums
Okay.
from Mandeville, Louisiana.
So people could search you out that way.
Also,
Okay.
Facebook, The
Great.
Beach Bums.
Love your sound. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look forward to
Appreciate
seeing you
it.
again.
Thank you.
And the hits just keep coming. So we're going to go from one duet into another because right now we're going to hear from Tripp McCool and the Old School. And they're hanging out in Holly Springs, North Carolina. And they love to play at an open mic called the American Fish Company. So what does Tripp McCool and the Old School got to bring to Open Mic America, where you are welcome, by the way, tonight?
Well, thank you. Well, we do a lot of Irish music. And I listen to the Clancy Brothers. The Clancy Brothers, oh, they were on Ed Sullivan more times than the Beatles were. Of course, the Beatles were only on twice, I think. But anyway, playing all this Irish music and singing all this Irish music when I was a kid. And I kind of I wish there were new Clancy Brothers songs, and there weren't any new ones. So I decided I'd have to write them myself. So I've been writing new Clancy Brothers songs for the last 10 years or so. Unfortunately, they died. They won't be doing them. I got to do them, right? All right, Char, give us a drone. We're talking Irish music. You're talking about the drone, the drone, the drone. It's all about the drone. Yeah, I woke up one dark morning, and it was one of those winter days when the sky is it's the color of steel. And there had been a terrible shooting in a school, and I was just so depressed. I didn't feel like getting out of bed, but the dogs insisted we go. So up we got and went out with the dogs, right, Char? Right. We had to take the dogs for their walk. And the dogs are all happy. And the sun's just coming up, and the birds start singing. And I'm thinking, well, how can the birds sing with all this tragedy in the world? That's because birds are perfect. Birds are just the most perfect animal there is. When the world lies hard on thy shoulder, oh, the birds still remember to sing. And when the world lies hard on thy shoulder, just look for the robin of spring. The very first robin of spring. Now some days it all seems so pointless, just staring off into the blue, and the long winter nights near endless. Oh, but nature brings wonderful news. When the world lies hard on thy shoulder, oh, the birds still remember to sing. And when the world lies hard on thy shoulder, just look for the robin of spring. The very first robin of spring. Well, there's a fluttering sound in the meadow, the rustle and rush taking flight, and there's a nest gaining shape in the branches. It's a season returning to life. When the world lies hard on thy shoulder, all the birds still remember to sing. And when the world lies hard on thy shoulder, just look for the robin of spring. The very first robin of spring. And listen for truth in the treetops, and the promise of peace that it brings, and turn to the sky in the morning and search for the spreading of wings. When the world lies hard on thy shoulder, Oh, the birds still remember to sing. And when the world lies hard on the shoulder, just look for the robin of spring, the very first robin of spring.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Cool.
Wonderful. That's wonderful.
Well, I had to recover from that myself. All right. Well, I was thinking about what's my heritage gonna be, you know, like what are people gonna remember from me? From us, Char? Gee, you know, you kind of wonder, you know, are they gonna say, you know, oh, yeah, remember that crazy guy with the wild hair and he sang really loud? What are they gonna think, you know? Well, I hope they'll remember a little something of us, right? Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Maybe you, Glenn Scratchley. You're about the only one. Well, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Yeah, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? The man that makes the whiskey, the one that sings my song. Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Well, I must live one day more than my wife. I must live one day more than my wife. Oh, I don't deserve the grieving for this reckless life, so I must live one day more than my life. Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Yeah, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? The man that makes the whiskey, the one that sings my song. Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Well, no one in this world will know my name. No one in this world will know my name. Perhaps a well-turned couplet or a sad refrain, but no one in this world will know my name. Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Yeah, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Oh, the man that makes the whiskey, the one that sings my song. Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Long gone! Oh, now. Well, scatter all my ashes to the wind. Just scatter now my ashes to the wind. Forgive me if it helps you, but I won't erase my sins. Scatter all my ashes to the wind. Ah, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Yeah, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? The man that makes the whiskey, the one that sings my song. Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Well, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? Yeah, who's gonna miss me when I'm gone? The man that makes the whiskey, the one that sings my song. Who's gonna miss me? Who's gonna kiss me? Who's gonna miss me when I'm gone?
Yeah, that was awesome.
Bravo, bravo.
All right.
Oh, gosh. I'm glad someone's taking up for the Clancy brothers. Are they really all dead, all of them?
Yeah. But their family lives on. One of them, one of the kids is in a group called the High Kings, and they do a bunch of the same material that that their uncles and fathers did. So they're carrying on, and you cannot go anywhere in Ireland without somebody who's a relative of the Clancys.
Well,
here's my uncle's best friend,
I might have asked you the last time you were on, but do you have a cardigan sweater?
Oh, well, it's called an Aran sweater. And there's a great story about Aran sweater. Aran sweaters are those kind of natural color sweaters, natural wool, and they have these beautiful, brocade. What do you call those patterns? No, not embroidery, where it's twisted and all those beautiful patterns in knots. And they put them there so if you fell overboard and drowned, they know what family you belong to. How sweet is that?
Had happened with some frequency.
And better than that, the Clancys, the first time they were on the Ed Sullivan Show, they're pretty young guys, and the mother said, well, you need something nice to wear for the show, so I'm going to send you something a little special. So she went and got 4 Aran sweaters and sent them off.
Where it came from.
And they put on those Aran sweaters, beautiful, bulky, knit sweaters, and go out on the 110-degree lights on Ed Sullivan Show and start sweating bullets. And they were a smash hit. And everywhere they went, they had to wear those damn sweaters for the rest of their lives.
Everybody knows that the Clancys wear. I'd say cardigan sweater. That's the wrong word. So it's Aran sweaters.
The Aran sweater.
Now I know. And I know the patterns. They had all these intricate, things.
Yeah.
That,
family patterns. Those
it's
patterns.
It's almost like a Scottish plaids. They have certain sweater patterns.
Right.
And I love your song. Who's Gonna Miss Me? I think of. Jez Lowe has a cousin of the song, which is "You Can't Take It With You When You Go." Anyway, great stuff, and Shar, love your accordion. I love an accordion and an acoustic guitar together.
Thank you,
Really.
thank you. Yeah, I love playing.
Well, she started out as a piano player, but one gig carrying around a grand piano, and I was done. That's it. You're playing accordion now.
Thanks for coming on the show. Really, really appreciate it. Love your stuff.
Thank you. We have several albums that are out. You can find them on trippmccool.com, and the last one is it's been on the charts, on the folky charts, in the beginning of this year. For the first 4 or 5 months, we were on charts, and the one before that. That one is titled, I'm getting really old. A Happy Old Man.
Hang me up.
A Happy Old Man. That's the current album. One before that is Hang Me Out to Dry. Hang Me Out to Dry. That was in the top 10 of the folky albums in, 2020? Something like that, yeah.
Have you sent us the link to your website so that it's on Open Mic America where people can find it?
I just told you I'm an old man. Am I supposed to remember that? I don't remember any of that
check
stuff.
on it.
Maybe.
Sure it's there.
Tripp McCool. Type it in and it'll pop up. You'll find it. Yeah. There's not many Tripp McCools out there.
Very good. Okay.
All right. Thanks,
Dave.
Dave.
For being on the show. Take care.
All righty.
All right, and now for something completely different. Well, maybe. We're going to hear now from Paul Colombino. Paul is out in Wakefield, Rhode Island, and he likes to play it last Sunday of the month, if I have that right. And so during the sound check, I could tell that Paul is a guy who has discovered the magic that takes place when human flesh meets steel and bronze wire on a wood instrument. And so we're just looking forward to what you're going to do. Welcome to Open Mic America, Paul. And what do you got that you want to play for us tonight?
My first song that I'm going to play for you is from a CD that I did at the beginning of the pandemic. The CD is called Hello, Old Friend. I'm got to look at it so I remember the name. And this song is called Hello, Old Friend.
Beautiful.
That's called Hello, Old Friend from my last CD. Hopefully not the last one forever anyway. I am working on some new tunes and trying to put together enough material to put out a new one probably within the next year or so. This is one of them. I wrote this last winter when I was staring out my window. At the winter sky, and I named it Winter Sky.
Beautiful. Beautiful song.
Wow.
Thanks, everybody.
Paul, you always knock me out with your beautiful emotional precision and emotion combined.
Well, thanks, Dave.
I know you to be a music teacher. You've been a music teacher, and in particular a guitar teacher and such. I'd ask you this question. If you were giving advice to a young person, and say the young person wanted to become a singer-songwriter, say folk singer type person, what kind of advice would you give them about practicing the guitar and how to achieve the goal of being someone who accompanies yourself as a single person? You know, if you have to think about it, if somebody came to you with that, just some general guidelines.
First of all, I think what I've always thought is play what you like. Find something that speaks to you, some music, if it's not your own, if it's somebody else's music, and play something you like, because that motivation just really goes a long way towards getting you to continually play and practice. A second thing I think I would tell people, and I didn't learn this for a really long time, it's still a lesson I'm still learning, is to be patient and, have your goals be incremental. It's okay to look way into the future, but, it's a great idea to say, okay, what do I want to accomplish today? I want to learn how to play a C chord, or I want to learn how to do a Travis pick a little bit better, or something along those lines. And I think the third thing is to just keep at it and just keep with it, because all of us, I think, have experienced these, peaks and valleys and plateaus when we're learning to do something where, you're going up in this direction for a while and getting better and better, and then it kind of feels like you're leveling off, and you even feel like you're falling down for a little while sometimes. And, just to be patient with that as well, and be persistent and stick with it. I think those are probably three key things that I would tell people. And so that's it. That's my answer. How'd I do?
You did great. You did great. Well, I kind of anticipate that maybe there's some people that watch the show that would be in that position of someone trying to learn the craft. Well, love the way you played. Doesn't need to be any singing when you can play like that.
Well, thanks, Dave. I really appreciate it.
Thanks for being on the show, Paul.
Okay. Yeah, thank you for having us all. Thanks. That was great.
No doubt. Thank you. Thank you very much, Paul. And so our next performer, Rich, now I've seen you behind the scenes at Open Mic America. I'm sure that other people have seen you too. And, I did something that I try not to do, and that is I got all the way to you without asking you, is it Fassler or Fassler as your last name?
It's Fassler.
Fassler. Okay,
Yes.
Very good. Thank you for setting me straight on that one. I do appreciate that. And so
right.
Rick Fassler's all the way from Bainbridge Island, Washington, really a little bit closer to where I am here in the Northwest, as opposed to some of you that are out on the West or East Coast. But Rich likes to play at Fletcher Bay Winery and Sebald, if I said that one right, second Saturday there in Bainbridge Island, Washington. Rich, what do you have that you want to play for us tonight? And welcome to Open Mic America.
Thank you so much. I've got a couple of tunes here that I've put together, and I think it was Paul, or was it Dave, who said, when you play guitar that well, you don't have to sing. Well, I'm going to sing a couple of songs because I don't play guitar as well as Paul. Anyway. First one is called The Game. Sometimes when I'm sitting still, a memory will play at will, a piece of life that lived long ago. It can make me smile or cringe a while, I never know. There was a girl with long blonde hair, long legs from here to there. What she saw in me, I'll never know. booked a plane to start a life, an adventure on the go. It's not a shame that things don't stay the same. Seasons change and life goes on, but families remain. And if you want to grab life's high, you gotta get in the game. What a ride along the years, 3 sons bringing laughs and tears, with a cat and dogs and a fish or two. Sunny days outweighed the rainy times for me and you. Hey, now I'm 70, but my soul feels like I'm 23. Well, some of those experiences can slow you down, but as long as I can strum and sing, I'm good to go at least another round. Well, it's not a shame that things don't stay the same. Seasons change and life goes on, but families remain. 'Cause if you want to grab life's highs, you gotta get in the game. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. Yeah, so I wrote that one. Oh gosh, I don't know, about 6 months or so ago. And this next one I play is one that I actually just finished up a couple of weeks ago. So let's do this one. This one is called "This Little Song for You." Hello, morning, it's 8 o'clock. Sweatshirt's on, I'm out for a walk. Smiling at people, stopping to talk. It's just another day. Got a secret deep inside. Special lady I'd love to walk by. So beautiful, she makes me sigh almost every single day. Sun may shine, the sky may rain. When I'm near you, I feel no pain. Like a sweet cup of honey to my brain. I'll never get the blues. It's the way you walk, it's the way you smile. Makes me wanna walk down that aisle, but you never notice me. So I guess meanwhile, I'll write this little song for you. The many times I've tried to say hello, but we're from different worlds, I know. If only for the chance just to see our friendship grow. But until that moment happens, I'll just keep on dreaming. The many times I tried to say hello, but we're from different worlds, I know. If only for the chance just to see our friendship grow. But until that moment happens, I'll just keep on dreaming. Friday Friday night, I'm in the bar, singing songs with my guitar. You're sitting at a table not too far, so I can look at you. Night gets late, lights get dim, there you are going home with him. Well, tomorrow comes, I'll try again, sing my little song for you.
Right.
Yeah, Rich. Great song.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Definitely some youthful songs, Rich. You say you're a 26-year-old trapped in a 70-year-old body. Is that is it 26 or?
I was 23, but
23 is your number. I'd settle for 40, honestly, at this point.
yeah. Well, you know, I mean, as you get older, you know, your mind doesn't really get older. I mean, your body kind of breaks down and gets older. So that was my little tune.
Good energy in those numbers. They sound great. So how long have you been playing? You've been playing for a long time. You played down in the Bay Area for a long time, right?
Right. So most of my time performing has been in in rock and roll bands. For a short time in college, a million years ago, I was in a kind of a folk rock, Crosby, Stills, Nash, kind of thing. But then about 15, 16 years ago, a buddy of mine, when I was living in the Bay Area in Los Gatos, Saratoga area, he and I worked at the same place, and he was roughly the same age. He'd grown up in the UK. I'd grown up, of course, in California. Liked the same kind of music, and so we formed this rock and roll band that I played with until we moved up here on the Bainbridge Island about 3 years ago, and that's when, of course, the pandemic hit. And I dusted off my acoustic and said, well, let me, get acquainted with this guitar. And so, it's been an interesting experience. And then the open mics and the virtual open mics, it's been a lot of fun.
And so glad that you've joined us on Open Mic America. Rich is one of our show hosts now, and he was on I think the last show you were on, right? You were.
I was, and I've got my, there you go. My Open Mic America T-shirt. I'm ready to roll. I've signed up for a few more shows too.
We're in the colors. Thanks a lot, Rich. Appreciate it. Take care.
Oh yeah, and the hits do just keep coming. So now the final performer we have for you this evening is Little Oil from Richmond, California. And Little Oil likes to play at a place called the Riptide down there in San Francisco. And so welcome to Open Mic America, and you're going to close us out tonight with your music. So what is it that's in your heart and soul to play for America tonight?
Well, first of all, I just want to say that was awesome, Rich. Rich was the one that invited me to this, and I actually met him through the virtual open mic in the Riptide. So I'm going to play you some songs that I've written. This first one is called Through the Trees. I did, like many people, a pandemic album, and so I got that done, and that, I was happy with the way it turned out. I'm working on another one, but people seem to like this one, so I'll do this one. I like playing it too. It's called Through the Trees. See life is not me. Oh, help me with my mind. Big decisions, little time. Big decisions, little time. Big decisions, little time. Up the road, cannot see. Around the bend, through the tree, through the trees. There you go.
Very nice. Carole. Great.
Thank you. This next song I'm gonna do, hopefully it's not too loud. I'll back up a little bit. It's called Red Moon, and it sort of just started how we don't really have floods in California, but they kind of scare me. I'd take an earthquake over a flood any day for some reason. I know some of you guys are quite used to them, and you'd think the opposite, but anyways, it's all biblical and stuff. Crappy river, crawling bigger, creeping up the wall. Praying Sunday, hanging Monday, God can save us all. Our Lord, He sits so tall, cannot stand another fall. Red moon rising, realizing you're out here alone. On your own, on your own, on your own, on your red moon rising, realizing you're out here alone.
Nice. Cool tune.
Wow. Well, Little Oil, you must tell us your real name so the people out there know who you
The little
actually
people.
are.
My name's Victor.
Victor. Good enough. Good enough.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, would I be correct in saying that you've been influenced by people like Mississippi John Hurt and some of the other blues? Yeah. You seem to have
Definitely.
it's like the blues went to some plateau in a faraway country and evolved for a couple hundred years and it came back and it was
There you
different.
go. Yeah, that's
Very
right.
good.
Yeah,
It's
I
very
mean,
good.
I'll take from anything. I'll take from anything that can work.
So drop some of the names that you were listening to when you were influenced.
I mean, I think like a lot of people, it was the Bob Dylan and the Beatles probably originally, and then going into some of the psychedelic folk acts. And if you follow what those guys were listening to, it brings you back to the blues and the early, Hank Williams and all that early stuff. Robert Johnson, Lead Belly, yeah, all that
Great
stuff.
stuff. Great stuff.
So yeah, and then punk rock obviously too.
Uh-huh. Very, very unusual. The second number, I really, really liked the groove that was going. It was just kind of really, very cool. So,
Thank you.
Are you playing out at all now?
A little bit here and there, around the Bay Area. Yeah, I got some shows coming up. I basically, whenever I can rope a friend to accompany me, I'll kind of have them accompany me. But I also like playing just by myself. You can kind of change things up on a whim a little bit easier and be a little more spontaneous when you play with I was gonna say when you play with yourself, but but I didn't say it, so I didn't.
Family show. But when you get someone to play with you, would that be like a bass player kind of thing?
Yeah, I got a buddy who will do that exactly.
Would sound pretty cool, the stuff that you do. Yeah.
Thank you.
I wouldn't hire an accordion or any horns. Maybe some horns.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, accordion sounds cool too. Get that drone going.
Yeah, maybe so. Anyway, I really like your stuff. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, that's it. That wraps her up, Evan.
It sure does, Dave. And, we got to say it was another great night. And so as I introduce our performers one more time to the crowd that has joined us on the internet, when I announce your name, go ahead and wave at everybody. And so we're going to say thank you to Carole Wise, Robert Owen, Pam Ross, Mike Simpson, Robert Keelan, the Beach Bums, Tripp McCool and the Old School, Paul Colombino, Rich Fassler, and Little Oil. So remember to check our website, openmicamerica.com, for links to the music of all the OMA performers. And you'll also find archives of all the shows from the very first one to this one. And then, be sure and tune in next week. We want to definitely thank our hosts and the team who are working tirelessly behind the scenes to make this all possible. We definitely want to recognize and say thank you to Open Mic America founder, Capo Dave Williams, your interviewer tonight. Thank you to all of you watching us on YouTube, either today or in the future, wherever you're at. If you do like this show, please spread the word. Don't keep it a secret. Let everybody know about it, that they can tune in and watch. You can even download and print your own posters from our website and hang them somewhere where folks can see them. That's a big help. You can also get a t-shirt, here we go. Yeah. And you've seen other ones, and you can print out the little posters. Let's see over here behind me. And so all that's available for you on the website. Please check out your local and virtual open mics. We've listed the ones here where our performers play under the local open mics tab on the website. And so next week when you tune in, our next show is July 17th, and Laura Bordowitz, who is our technician tonight, is going to be our MC. Pete Sommer is going to be our interviewer. So stay tuned for the next full lineup. And so now I just want to say good night, America.
Big hand for our host, Evan A.C. Yep.
Thank you, Dave.
If you meet me at the corner of Russell and Albina, just about a block from Mississippi Avenue. I'll take you to a house where they hang carpets on the wall, and if we go there on a Sunday, there's a song I'll take you through.